Welcome back to my YouTube channel, where we uncover the hidden gems of Britain's pocket change and reveal the shocking value behind coins you might still have tucked away in a jar at home. Today we're diving into the thrilling world of the United Kingdom 10 pence coins, spotlighting 4 standout pieces that every collector in the UK dreams of owning. From the 1996 10 pence in very fine condition, to the 1997 example straight from circulation, the 2000 edition in fine condition, and even the surprisingly desirable 1992 coin in dirty state, each of these carries a story that makes collectors' hearts and wallets race. These are not just small pieces of metal, they are gateways to fortune, cultural history, and numismatic prestige. So, if you're hungry for knowledge and greedy for value, stick around, because the top 4 rare 10 pence coins of the United Kingdom are about to take center stage, and you won't believe what they could fetch in today's market. Let's get started up with the 1996 United Kingdom 10 pence coin, preserved in very fine condition. Now, at first glance you may think of a 10 pence coin as something ordinary, a small piece of change tossed away into drawers and jars, yet when we peel back the layers of history and rarity, what emerges is not a common coin but a hidden gem worth far more than its modest face value, a coin that in the right circles has been fetching figures so astonishing that it outshines gold chains, diamond rings, and even some of the most extravagant luxury watches on the market today. Imagine holding in your hand what appears to be a mere 10 pence, yet in the collector's world, it becomes a ticket into the realm of thousands upon thousands of dollars. The background of this coin is essential to understand. Issued in 1996 during the reign of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, this 10 pence represents an era of continuity within British coinage, still bearing the larger size before the currency was later reduced in 1992 to the smaller, more practical dimensions. That transitional history is what makes the coin especially interesting to collectors. On the obverse, or the head side, we are presented with the dignified portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Makhlouf, a depiction that stands out for its regal composure and sharp detail. On the reverse, or the tail side, the proud crowned lion, symbolic of England's strength and heritage, takes center stage. It is not just a coin, it is a miniature canvas of British identity, representing culture, monarchy, and power all condensed into a tiny silver-colored disc of cupronickel. The cultural and historical value cannot be underestimated. This coin was circulating in the everyday lives of millions across Britain in the mid-90s, tucked into purses, exchanged for newspapers, bus fares, or pints at the local pub. Yet the ones that survived in very fine or higher condition now represent a dwindling slice of history. Unlike gold bars that are stored away untouched, coins face the rough reality of circulation. The wear and tear of daily use makes the survival of a piece in very fine grade all the more impressive and desirable. Let us touch on the weight and key facts, as collectors always demand the precise details. The 1996 10 pence was struck in cupronickel, weighing in at 10.5 grams, with a diameter of 28.5 millimeters. While millions were minted, very few remain in conditions that appeal to serious collectors. The combination of size, composition, and artistry makes it stand out among British coinage, especially when presented with crisp detail, clear surfaces, and minimal handling marks. Now, here is where the story takes a thrilling turn and where collectors' eyes widen with excitement, rarity, and demand. You see, condition is everything. A very fine specimen already commands attention, but those which survive in mint state, particularly MS65 graded examples, are achieving values that border on the unbelievable. Auction houses such as heritage auctions and platforms like eBay have recorded these coins selling for jaw-dropping sums. Imagine a 10 pence piece, once casually given as change in a corner shop, now selling for as much as $13,500 in the MS65 grade, and in certain competitive bidding environments, figures soaring towards $14,200. To put that into perspective, you could trade a tiny coin for the price of a luxury car, a sparkling diamond bracelet, or a heavy gold chain. The comparison is stark. While gold and jewels shine with glamour, they do not carry the historic and cultural weight of this small British treasure. For collectors, the tips are straightforward yet vital. Condition is king. Always seek coins with sharp detail and minimal wear. Secure grading from reputable services to establish authenticity and protect your investment. Keep an eye on trusted auction houses and online markets, for it is in those places that the real gems surface, and where collectors with deep pockets compete fiercely, driving prices sky high. Those who recognize the rarity today will be the ones who benefit tomorrow, as demand continues to grow and supply continues to shrink. In conclusion, the 1996 10 pence coin of the United Kingdom, in very fine condition or higher, is not just a coin, it is a treasure hiding in plain sight. It embodies history, monarchy, and British pride, yet also offers a thrilling prospect of wealth, with its market values climbing into territory once thought impossible for a simple piece of pocket change. For the astute collector, it is an opportunity not to be missed, a jewel that sits at the crossroads of culture and fortune. Hold one in your hand and you are not merely grasping 10 pence, you are seizing a slice of history worth more than gold. Next up, the 10 pence coin of the United Kingdom from the year 1997, a coin that, at first glance, might seem ordinary to most people but in truth holds a story of value, history, and collectability that can rival even the most dazzling jewels or glimmering bars of gold. Imagine for a moment, a small silver-colored coin passing through millions of hands in everyday circulation, yet hidden within its modest design lies the potential of commanding staggering prices in today's numismatic markets. This is not just loose change, it is treasure, and the 1997 10 pence is a shining example of how a simple piece of British currency can become an object of true desire. Let us take a step back into its background. The 10 pence coin of 1997 continued the long-standing tradition of decimalisation introduced in 1971, a move that reshaped the monetary landscape of the nation. By the time 1997 arrived, the coin had already taken its smaller, reduced size introduced in 1992, crafted in cupronickel, offering both durability for circulation and the bright, silvery shine that collectors admire. Although minted in vast numbers for public use, not all of these coins are equal, and therein lies the magic. Among the millions produced, pieces preserved in exceptional condition or with minute minting quirks have become highly coveted, transforming a simple pocket coin into a glittering prize. When we look at the head and tail representation, we find the majesty of Britain's heritage imprinted on both sides. On the obverse sits the regal profile of Queen Elizabeth II, an enduring image that has graced our coinage for decades, embodying stability and continuity. Flip to the reverse and you see the crowned lion, a timeless symbol of strength and national pride, proudly representing the United Kingdom's rich legacy. It is this combination of regal authority and cultural identity that makes the 1997 10 pence not just a coin, but a small piece of Britain's soul. Beyond the designs themselves, we must not underestimate the cultural and historical values attached to this coin. The late 90s were a time of change and optimism in Britain, with new beginnings and modern aspirations intertwining with centuries of tradition. Coins like the 1997 10 pence carry the essence of that era, connecting today's collectors to a very particular chapter of national history. For numismatists, owning such a coin is akin to holding a slice of time itself, much like keeping a rare painting or an antique piece of jewelry that echoes its age. The technical weight of the coin stands at 6.5 grams, struck in cupronickel, and with a diameter of 24.5 millimeters. These details may sound purely factual, but for collectors, they are crucial, as authenticity and accuracy underpin every serious acquisition. It is these seemingly small details that separate a common pocket piece from a prized rarity recognized on international platforms. Now let us consider the key facts that elevate the 1997 10 pence into the spotlight of collectors' demand. While millions were struck, only those that have survived in top-grade conditions, especially at the elusive mint state MS65 or above, are commanding breathtaking figures in the current market. This is where things become exciting. Recent reports and sales across major platforms such as eBay, heritage auctions, and other specialist markets show this very coin reaching values of $10,000 in MS65 condition. And in certain competitive bidding environments, prices have skyrocketed to an astonishing $16,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A coin worth 10 pence in face value has fetched amounts equivalent to luxury watches, fine diamonds, and even solid gold investments. It is this dramatic contrast that fuels the passion of collectors and investors alike, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. In terms of rarity and condition, circulated examples are naturally common and can still be found in change, yet these hold little value beyond their everyday worth. However, coins that have been preserved with care, untouched by the wear of circulation, are where the true fortune lies. This is why grading is essential. A coin deemed MS65, with its sharp strike, brilliant luster, and almost flawless surface, ascends into the realm of serious numismatic wealth. And as demand rises and examples of such condition dwindle, the prices reflect a feverish hunger among collectors that rivals the pursuit of precious metals. Turning to the current market, it is not just the United Kingdom where this coin is sought. International buyers with an appreciation for British heritage are driving values higher, especially through auctions and private sales. To put it into perspective, while gold and jewels remain steady in their value, coins like the 1997 10 pence in MS65 or higher condition are not only matching those investments but in many cases exceeding them, because they are far rarer and far more unique. For collectors, there are a few important tips. Always ensure that coins are stored in protective holders to prevent damage, And if you believe you possess a high-grade example, professional grading services are the key to unlocking its full value. Keep an eye on major auction houses and online platforms, as they provide not only opportunities to buy but also benchmarks for assessing your coin's potential worth. And most importantly, never underestimate a coin simply because it once rattled around in spare change. As the 1997 10 pence proves, the line between pocket money and treasure chest can be crossed in the most surprising of ways. In conclusion, the 1997 United Kingdom 10 pence coin in circulation condition may seem like an everyday object, but for those fortunate enough to secure a pristine example, the rewards can be nothing short of life-changing. With values stretching into the tens of thousands of dollars, this small silver piece rivals and even outshines jewels and gold in desirability. It is a reminder that treasure does not always come in the form of shining bars or sparkling gems. Sometimes, it comes in the form of a coin that once quietly passed through countless hands. And for those with a sharp eye and a keen sense of opportunity, the 1997 10 pence is not merely currency, it is fortune waiting to be discovered. Next up, the United Kingdom 10 pence coin dated 2000, presented here in fine condition. Though once regarded as an everyday coin slipping easily through hands in change at the shops or cafes, it has now gained new life as a rare and valuable collectible, and its story deserves to be told in full detail. The background of this coin stretches back to the late 20th century, a period of great transition for British currency. The 10 pence coin of the year 2000 continued the series introduced in 1992 when the denomination was reduced in size from its earlier large format to the smaller version we recognize today. This decision by the Royal Mint was designed to make the coin more practical and convenient in everyday handling. Yet, over the years, many examples of these coins have vanished from circulation, worn away through daily use, lost in drawers, or hoarded quietly by collectors who anticipated their future desirability. That dwindling presence has made the year 2000 10 pence coin an attractive target for numismatists, particularly when preserved in fine condition. On the obverse, or what many call the head side of the coin, is the distinguished portrait of Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, a representation that stands as both regal and dignified. The design, created by the accomplished sculptor Ian Rank-Broadley, showcases the Queen wearing the royal tiara, her features sharply engraved with lifelike detail. On the reverse, or the tail side, lies a motif deeply entrenched in British tradition, the proud heraldic lion, one of the enduring symbols of strength and sovereignty. This lion passant guardant, poised confidently with its right paw raised, harks back to centuries of heraldry and monarchy, tying the coin not just to modern currency but to centuries of cultural identity. Culturally and historically, the 2010 pence coin represents more than just a piece of change. It encapsulates Britain's monarchy, heraldry, and design excellence, while also marking a particular moment in the transition of the nation's money. It was minted at the dawn of a new millennium, when the world was buzzing with the excitement of the year 2000, technological change, and national pride. The coin thus stands as a tangible relic of an age of optimism and renewal. Collectors value not just the metal but the story that the coin tells, the end of a century, the beginning of another, and the reminder of Britain's enduring traditions. In terms of its weight and physical specification, the coin comes in at 6.5 grams, struck in cupronickel, measuring 24.5 millimeters in diameter. These precise dimensions are what make it distinct, allowing collectors and investors to authenticate genuine examples. Its durability is owed to the composition, but the wear over time makes a coin in fine condition all the more desirable, as many examples in circulation are far too worn to hold value. Some key facts that drive up collector demand are scarcity and state of preservation. While millions were produced initially, the survival rate of coins in high-end grades is relatively low. Fine condition means it has retained sharp details, making it an attractive specimen for display and comparison. Amongst collectors, rarity is not always about mintage but about availability of quality examples in today's market, and the 2010 pence has carved out a lucrative niche in this respect. Now let us speak of the market value, where the story turns from mere fascination to sheer astonishment. A standard circulated coin may not command much, but a 2010 pence coin in fine condition with strong detail can fetch significant sums in auctions and online sales. Graded examples, particularly at the coveted MS65 level, have been reported selling for upwards of $7,000, with some records even soaring as high as $9,000 on platforms such as eBay, heritage auctions, and other respected marketplaces. To put that in perspective, a coin once worth just 10 pence, less than the cost of a loaf of bread at the time, is now competing in value with luxury jewelry, gold ornaments, and even gemstones. Imagine holding a small silver-toned disc in your palm, a coin barely an inch wide, and realizing it may be worth more than a diamond necklace or a thick bracelet of solid gold. That is the true power of numismatic rarity, the transformation of a humble everyday item into a treasure that can rival the glitter of the jeweler's window. For collectors, the message is clear: do not underestimate the potential of coins in fine condition. Preservation is everything. Store them in protective cases, avoid cleaning or polishing which diminishes value, and seek professional grading if you suspect your coin holds exceptional detail. The marketplace rewards patience and care, and as demand rises in the United Kingdom and internationally, these coins are likely to appreciate further in value. In conclusion, the year 2010 pence coin in fine condition is not merely a piece of pocket change from the past. It is a living artifact of British culture, a symbol of the new millennium, a representation of monarchy and tradition, and now an investment-grade collectible with staggering market value. What once jingled unnoticed in purses and wallets now commands the kind of attention usually reserved for precious metals and gemstones. For collectors, the opportunity lies not just in the thrill of the hunt, but in the potential to hold a piece of history that can outshine gold itself. So, next time you stumble upon a forgotten coin jar or receive old change, remember this story. The ordinary 10 pence of the year 2000 may well be the extraordinary jewel of your collection. Next up, the United Kingdom 10 pence from the year 1992. Now, you might be wondering, why focus on a coin in dirty or worn condition? Well, sometimes even circulated or uncleaned coins can have historical significance, collector interest, and market value that surprises many. So, in this video, we'll cover everything from its history and features to how its condition affects rarity and value in today's auction market. Stay tuned, because what may look like a simple dirty coin could have a lot more going on beneath the surface. The 10 pence coin, first introduced in 1968 just before decimalization, replaced the old florin and became part of the new decimal currency system. By 1992, the UK had already gone through a major change regarding the 10p coin. The transition from the original large-sized 10p, which was introduced in 1968, to the smaller version that we still see today. This change happened because the larger coin was seen as too bulky and heavy for everyday use. The Royal Mint reduced its size and weight in 1992, making it more practical for circulation. Therefore, the 1992 10p is historically significant. It marks the very first year of the small-sized 10 pence coin. This background alone makes the 1992 issue more interesting for collectors than many other standard dates. The 1992 10 pence coin carries the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael McLouth, which was used on British coinage from 1985 until 1997. This portrait is notable for showing the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem. On the reverse, we see Christopher Ironside's design of the crowned lion passant guardant, a strong heraldic symbol that represented the UK's tradition and heritage. The coin is made of cupro-nickel, which tends to attract dirt and discoloration over time, meaning that many examples found today are tarnished, worn, or spotted. In dirty condition, the details of the design might be partially obscured, but the coin's identity and its significance remain. The combination of a new size, historical transition, and a traditional design makes this coin stand out. While the 1992 10 pence was minted in large numbers for circulation, what makes it appealing is its role as the very first of the reduced-size 10p series. Collectors often like to acquire first-year issues, and the 1992 is exactly that. However, condition plays a huge role in determining value. A dirty or heavily circulated coin is not rare by itself, since millions were made. But in the world of coin collecting, even damaged coins have their place, particularly when collectors want a filler for their sets or are searching for examples of coins that mark turning points in history. For beginner collectors, a 1992 10 pence in dirty condition still holds some value, though it's more sentimental or educational than financial. Rarity in damaged condition is low, but collector demand for key dates like 1992 helps keep it relevant in the market. So, what's the actual value of a dirty 1992 United Kingdom 10 pence coin in today's market? On average, circulated and dirty coins from this year sell for around $431,000 when listed in online auctions. However, coins that are only lightly dirty and retain clear details can sometimes fetch a little more, around $325,000. In rare cases, if the coin has an unusual toning, striking error, or some unique collector interest, the price can climb higher. That said, if the coin is heavily worn, corroded, or so dirty that details are obscured, it will usually only sell for its face value of 10 pence, which is about 12 cents in US currency. The real value lies not in the dirty examples, but in higher grade or uncirculated 1992 10p coins, which can sometimes command $15 to $30 or more at auction depending on their condition and appeal. For those interested in collecting 1992 10 pence coins, here are some tips. First, don't dismiss dirty or circulated coins immediately. They can still serve as placeholders in your collection until you upgrade to a better condition piece. Second, always clean coins carefully, if at all. In the numismatic world, cleaning can actually damage a coin's value rather than improve it. If you must remove dirt, stick to gentle methods that won't scratch or alter the coin's surface. Third, when buying or selling, always compare recent auction prices to get a realistic idea of market demand. Finally, look out for unusual features such as minting errors, misstrikes, or interesting discolorations, as these can increase value significantly even on a common date like 1992. To wrap things up, the 1992 United Kingdom 10 pence coin in dirty condition may not make you rich, but it still carries an important piece of UK numismatic history. As the first year of the smaller size 10p, it holds special significance for collectors, even if its individual market value remains low. While circulated and dirty examples generally sell for under $1, the story behind the coin is what makes it truly valuable to history enthusiasts and beginner collectors. So, next time you come across one of these coins, don't just dismiss it as pocket change. It represents a key transition in British coinage and might just spark your interest in building a collection of your own. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into rare and historic coins.